Hello there, sir.
Lovely to see you again. I feel like it's been ages. It must have been a year or two since it was 3 years since the last studio album, right?
Oh, indeed, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where have you been? What have you been doing?
Oh, well, we had a medical emergency for starters.
Our drummer had some problems with his hands, so, and wrists, he wasn't able to play drums for about 8 months.
Oh.
So, it forced us to take a bit of a break.
Is that scary when a member of the band injures a critical part of, you know, what they do for a living? Because you never know if they're going to be the same after, right?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, well, he's not the same.
He's not the same, yeah.
He's playing well, though, but yeah, it's kind of crazy because you never think about it, and all of a sudden, you know, there's 5 guys and you can't do it without, you know, we could use a drum machine, sure, but...
Strange you should mention drum machines, though, because talking of going sort of old school, this album is called Tears on Tape, right?
Indeed it is.
Was it recorded on tape?
Of course not.
No. It's a metaphor.
So Pro Tools was rolling, though. So, it's a virtual tape.
Yeah.
But no. The title is more like a reference to all the old school classics we grew up listening to. All the tears that icons shed on tape, you know, back in the day. Ozzy Osbourne weeping and doing Solitude on Master Reality.
When I listened to this album for the first time, first of all, I couldn't believe it was the 8th studio album, right? Time's really flown in that regard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fairly crazy. We've been together for, nearly 21 years as a band.
But it did, you know, having, heard all the previous albums and had you in these studios to discuss most of them, when I listened back to the album, sonically it sounded kind of like a culmination of lots of the albums that you've done in the past. Possibly the strongest yet. I mean, people have been making the love metal, that comparison.
Well, yeah, hopefully that sounds good. Thank you very much. But it's like, obviously it's not premeditated, it's not calculated. You don't know what's going to happen when you enter the rehearsal place and start, you know, messing about, you know, turning up the guitar amps and all that stuff, you know. It's probably, you know, one of the reasons why it's so angry, or well, not necessarily angry, but fuzzy and dirty, is the fact that we're losing our hearing bit by bit, so we have to turn the amps louder.
But I don't think, I mean, you said none of the sort of the sound or anything was premeditated, but I think you said off air, Ville, that when you heard this album, it did evoke memories of love metal, but you obviously weren't re-listening to that older album going in making this one.
No, but it's impossible. You know, when writing music, it's impossible to do exactly the same thing again, even if you would try.
Yeah.
You know, and believe us, you know, we have tried to recreate the hits.
Yeah, maybe you can aim for the same mindset, but, you know.
And, you know, and at the end of the day, I think that what was going to be reminiscent of love metal is the fact that we worked with the same producer,
right?
A Finnish guy called Healy, at the same studio called Finvox in Helsinki, and then I was mixed by Tim Palmer, with whom we'd worked before as well, and who mixed love metal and so forth. So, it does have similarities.
Yeah.
But,
see, that's the reason why the guitar tones sound similar, not because they're deaf.
Well, no, it's because we're deaf.
Let's play the current single from it. This is H.I.M on the XFM Rock Show. You're listening to the XFM Rock Show. H.I.M are here tonight. Tears on Tape is the new album, which is coming on the 29th of April. You're doing a tiny show in London on the 26th before that, right?
Playing Dingwalls.
Yeah, to give H.I.M fans a sneak peek of the stuff that's going to be on the album, right? That show sold out in like seconds, right?
Well, yeah, thousands of seconds, but seconds nevertheless.
But it didn't take that long.
It can be counted in seconds as well, and also in
It was a very quick show to sell out, but you're going to be at a download as well, because these are the only 2 UK dates confirmed thus far, right?
Thus far, yeah. So at the moment we're booking for the proper, or the European tour proper and the UK tour proper, which are going to happen, you know, starting probably around September. So these are just like us kind of, especially the Dingwalls one, just saying that, hey, here we are, we still do exist, and we still kick some butt on an occasion.
Do you get that feeling, because it feels like you've been away for a while, that you need to sort of like reintroduce yourself to people? You know, is that at the back of your mind?
Well, it's always a comeback, and it's always a reunion of sorts. We're one of those bands that split up every other day, and have to make up. It
seems like a polite thing to do.
And have you got to the stage now where band members are arguing over which songs go into the set? Because 8 albums is a lot to choose from, right?
I'm tired of arguing, to be honest with you.
Oh, so you just saying, this is the set list, this is the order I want to sing it in, there you go for the rest of you. Make sure you remember those songs.
No, it always takes a while to get the set right, and you try different things out and switch songs around a bit, and then all of a sudden it all clicks.
Right.
And obviously at this point, since we do have 8 albums, even though some of them are, not as well respected as the others, there's still gazillion songs that we have to drop from the set, so that's going to be a tough part, because obviously if people are coming over to see us, we want to play the songs they want to hear. It would probably take like 4.5 hours every night, which we can't do for medical reasons.
There's a special Metal Hammer magazine which is coming out, which is dedicated to him as well, which we'll talk about in just a bit. You're listening to the XFM Rock Show. You're listening to the XFM Rock Show. H.I.M are here tonight. So the brand new album is coming on the 29th of April. It's called Tears on Tape. Tell me about the Metal Hammer magazine. This is a special thing, because only special bands get this kind of dedication, where there's an entire magazine made and dedicated to them.
We have special needs. But it's something totally new for us. We're doing like this 132-page thingy, like a magazine about us, our influences, and all sorts of stuff related to him, including the album, then with bonus tracks and bonus artwork and posters and whatnot. It's an odd thing. As you know, these days, there's not many record stores around. So instead of a regular jewel case, it's going to be a regular CD jewel case thing. It's going to be like this big piece of information.
Well, it's a great thing for fans. If you look at the ones that they've done, ones off the top of my head with like Slash and Motorhead and people like that before. So if you're a band who've got really dedicated fans like you have, and you've got a history of great albums and interesting stories to tell, it is a great thing for the fans to actually physically get hold of. If you want to go beyond just downloading the songs or whatever, this is kind of like the new thing to have in your hands.
And for the dedicated haters too, because you get these in-depth interviews, so you get to know what to not like about it.
Ammunition,
That was the other thing I was going to ask you about. You do get the very sort of in-depth interviews. So did it feel at any point like they were kind of like really probing into some of the darker days of him? Were you kind of dragging up some bad memories of certain times and stuff? I've not seen it, so I don't know what's in it, but I'm just imagining.
I haven't seen it yet either.
Okay. Well, we don't know if those things.
We've been lying on a couch with for the past couple of weeks or so. Those interviews. So it has been draining emotionally.
It was a psychiatrist that put the magazine together.
Yes, rock and roll psychiatrist.
But lots of special things contained within it for the fans, though.
Yeah, indeed, and we're still working on it. And there's going to be fun things for us too, because we got the opportunity of interviewing a couple of our idols as well. So it's a fan pack.
Can we say who they are?
I'm hoping to get the opportunity to interview Carl McCoy from Fields of Nephilim. I'm a huge fan, and hopefully
I'm hoping to probe Dorian.
Oh, okay, from Cathedral.
Can probe me too, for medical reasons.
Okay, so there'll be mutual probing between Cathedral and him going on, and less probing, but a nice sort of meeting of minds with Fields of the Nephilim.
Yeah, like a gang probing.
It's going to be more ritualistic one.
Yeah, it's going to be a circle.
That is coming in the special one-off edition of, I guess we could call it the H.I.M magazine, right? Which is being brought to you by people who bring you Metal Hammer and classic rock.
Indeed.
H.I.M with friends.
There you go. And 29th of April on Cooking Vinyl, the release for studio album 8, Tears on Tape. Good to see you back here. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much for having me.